I just found this out about, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, and I want your opinion on this.
Okay.
Apparently, Hershey's is making new plant-based Reese's peanut butter cups and chocolate bars. How does that make you feel?
Well, first I just want to say, doesn't like cocoa come from like plants? Like
But they
cocoa
use
doesn't make
milk to
chocolate.
make the chocolate, but also like dark chocolate doesn't have milk in it, I don't think.
So I'll be honest, I think I need to educate myself a little more on the chocolate making process, but I'm just gonna be assuming this is like an extremely radical change to the chocolate making process. No, no, this is not okay. Okay, this is not okay. The government just directly attacking children. That's the only way.
Oh, wait,
That's
wait,
the only way.
wait. How
That's
does
the
this have
only
to do with the
way
government?
I can.
This is
No, no,
Hershey's.
no, 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 no. The government has gotten involved. They want to attack the kids, infiltrate the chocolate, and they want to just turn them into a new wave of just little worker bees. That's what it is. You know, escape society. Wake up, everybody.
That was not the direction in which I thought this was going to go, but okay.
Well, that's the direction I took it.
That is the
So here
direction you
we
took.
are.
Maybe Grant knows more than all of us.
Maybe,
Maybe.
but I'd like to say I'm ignorant.
Hey, ignorance is
Ignorance is
bliss.
bliss, ladies and
Ignorance
gentlemen.
is
You know what?
bliss.
I'd rather not know what's actually going on behind the scenes. I'd rather, just live in my little tiny bubble
Little
where the only
bubble.
thing I care about as of right now is the West Coast Conference tournament final between Gonzaga and St. Mary's. I want to live in my little bubble where conference basketball, college conference basketball tournaments are the only thing that matter in my life. This is the bubble I want to stay in. This is the bubble I want to live in. Hopefully, this is the bubble you guys, the Waterboy faithful, want to be
Well,
in.
hopefully
So,
they also care about the podcast and like, include
well,
that
this
in there.
podcast is the bubble.
Is the
We
bubble. We
are the
are the
bubble.
bubble.
Mm-hmm. We are the
Yeah.
boundaries. You don't go outside this pod. This is everything stays in here, guys. Everything stays in here. Uh, but I just wanted to say real quick before we start off start off big episode 98. In case you're just watching us for the first time, maybe you found us on TikTok. Maybe you just clicked on that little tiny YouTube button on our TikTok. You're checking out a video like, who the hell are these losers? Well, if you just found us, please keep listening. Give us a try, give us a shot. Okay. You only need to be here for like 10 minutes. All right. Then you can make your decision, but give us 10. All right.
Start clicking around too.
But thank you. Thank you guys for checking in, tuning out. We're the Waterboy Pod. We get shit moving. We have a lot of influx of new viewers right now. Okay. I've been looking at the numbers, guys. Like I can see them. And we've gotten a lot of new listeners, which hopefully get you guys subscribing a little more. Let's fucking go here,
Let's
guys.
just
Come on,
say right
support the
now,
Water Boys out.
subscribe right now.
Subscribe,
Subscribe
like,
right
and
now.
subscribe. Follow us on TikTok.
Show your grandmother,
Too.
show your mom, show your
Right
family
here.
members.
Show your parents, show your brother. Probably don't show your sister. Maybe not your mom. Show your dad, show your brother, show your uncle. Maybe not the aunt, if you get where I'm going. But, sports, guys, we live in this bubble. Let's keep the bubble going. Keep it strong. Don't pop the bubble, okay? It's March. Everybody needs to focus up.
Walk in.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a very special episode of the Waterboy podcast. Today is episode number 98.
Got that one right.
And a
this
lot
time.
of things happen in NFL free agency. Now we're recording this little early. Okay, Tuesday,
a day
March
early.
7th is coming up on Thursday, March 9th. I know that on Wednesday, March 8th, yesterday, Aaron Rodgers will officially be a Jet. Now I know that's going to happen, but as of today, Tuesday, March 7th, 6:35 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that is not the case. But that's what's going to happen.
But as we are
And
recording
maybe
this,
Lamar Jackson, I'm
as
pretty sure teams cannot start giving Lamar offers until March 13th.
no, but they can talk to him. But it is 6:35 Pacific Coast time right now, PST, and it hasn't happened yet. But as we currently speak, Aaron Rodgers most likely is having dinner with half of the Jets, just great. Like
in California.
Yeah,
So
having dinner with them in California.
I'm pretty sure I think I read a description of it as a full court press, and I think this came from Leroy Insider. Shout out Leroy. Allegedly, the Jets are running a full court press. They sent the owner, they sent Saleh, they sent the GM, they sent Hackett, of course, had to send Aaron's boy.
Have to.
Everyone. They sent everyone important out there. Everett, I think it's safe to say, I think we're ready to congratulate you. The boogeyman is officially gone, Everett. I think this is the final. I think this meeting, them flying out to LA, I don't think they would have flown out to LA unless Aaron Rodgers beforehand was like, all right, okay.
I'm not going to say it yet.
I'll actually do
I'm not going to say it yet. But the longest winter
say
always.
Say it, Everett.
The long winter has come to an end. The long winter has come to an end.
Yeah. I guess it's spring now. Yeah, that's how the season's going in order. It's spring now, Everett. There's finally life again. It's not just snowy and depressing. It's not. I mean, I
know where it is. You know where it is going to be snowy and depressing, though. You know where it is going to be snowing and depressing, though.
Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Chicago.
No, Green Bay, Green Bay, Wisconsin, and at Zach Wilson's house in New York.
Oh yeah, that. Well, might not be living in New York much longer.
Maybe not. No.
But remember, those rookie contracts are fully guaranteed, guys. So he gets all of that, like $28 million contract or whatever it is. So, yeah, I mean, Zach Wilson, hopefully he doesn't blow it on,
I wonder what would happen if Zach Wilson remains with the team, if he stays there and Aaron Rodgers comes in. How would that dynamic work with Zach Wilson there and Aaron Rodgers there? I feel like that.
According to Zach Wilson, he said, whichever quarterback's coming in the building, I'm ready to take their job. So,
so Zach Wilson is
QB1 if Aaron comes.
If that happens,
QB1.
If that happens, Zach Wilson.
If Aaron Rodgers comes in New York, according to Zach Wilson, Wilson's still QB1. So, to be honest, pulling off this trade for Aaron, like you're getting traded to be a backup. So maybe not.
Maybe not. But that might mean Zach Wilson will become the next Tom Brady, I guess, according to that.
I mean, to a degree, but it's a little different when you're number 2 overall instead of 199. That part of the narrative is a little bit different.
Okay, true. Maybe Peyton Manning. Throw Peyton Manning in there. Next Peyton Manning.
No, I'm pretty sure Peyton Manning's rookie year he threw 30 interceptions. No, he played his rookie year and then kept it and got good.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah.
But he also had that dude Marvin Harrison, whose son better than him at football. But actually, I do have a little Ohio State thing, but real quick, we got to stay on the Aaron Rodgers thing. This is a win-win scenario for the Waterboy pod. Okay. Aaron Rodgers is not coming to my division. He's not going to be a Raider, which now that I'm reflecting and looking back, I'm not really sure if there was ever actually a real chance of that happening. I just thought Devontae Adams.
All I'm going to say, you're saying this right now. Saying this right now. Cue the post tomorrow morning on Twitter by Ian Rappaport that is saying, just news bomb.
No, don't.
Rodgers traded to the Raiders.
Say it ever. Please, fire alarm go off. Damn it, didn't go. Shit. Guess it might be real then. Guess it might
be happening.
I swear to fucking God, if that happens, emergency pod tomorrow. I don't care what you have going on.
Yeah.
Emergency pod. Okay.
Now we splice it. Hold on.
We're gonna leave this in. We're gonna leave this in though.
If this does happen tomorrow somehow, I'm going to cut it in.
It's
right.
Not.
No, but if it does happen, if it somehow does happen,
if it happens, God, my reactions are gonna be so.
I'm cutting it in right here. Okay, so if there's a little cut there, obviously Grant is in absolute
nothing
agony.
Actually just happened. So
otherwise I just seem like an idiot. It's great.
This is a win-win for the Waterboy pod. Aaron Rodgers, he's no longer your boogeyman. Aaron Rodgers, he's not my boogeyman. Everett, this is my question though. So Big Cat went out and said that when Aaron Rodgers leaves the Packers, he's going to start rooting for Aaron Rodgers because he thinks it'll be hilarious if Aaron Rodgers wins a Super Bowl with another team and all the Packers fans, which is what you actually hate, will just be sulking in fucking misery. So, Everett, will you be rooting for Aaron Rodgers in New York?
Probably.
I think he's arguably now one of your top 3 favorite players in the NFL.
I just want to see
just temporarily, just to spite the Packers.
Despite them, but also like
because it's not Aaron Rodgers that you hate.
How could you not cheer for the Jets when the Jets are just? I know they're gonna implode at some point. It's just the Jets.
Oh, it's the New York
but also
Jets.
I'd love to see Garrett Wilson have a career year. That'd be great.
I mean, just real quick, a year ago, we made the please do not draft list. And, I had Garrett on there, threw JMO on there, threw Olave.
Probably going to have to make those again, by the way.
I literally looked back and I did say, New York Jets, please don't draft Garrett. But New York Jets, if you get Aaron Rodgers, boy, am I so excited to fucking eat those words and just accept my L. Because, oh my God, if you give Garrett Wilson Aaron Rodgers, I love you, New York. I love you because Garrett's what I care about. I don't fucking care about the Jets. I care about Garrett, okay? And if you get Garrett, Aaron Rodgers, Everett, this is how I imagine it's going to go down, okay? So Olave has upgraded from Andy Dalton to Derek Carr, okay? So when that happens, as an Olave stan, my baby boy, I'm so happy for him. He upgraded at quarterback. We have our opinion on Derek Carr and how this is probably not great for the team, but at least for Christopher, okay? I am super excited for Christopher.
At least for Olave, yeah.
Now, Everett, I really want to know the FaceTime that occurred between Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave minutes after it got leaked that these people were flying out to go see Aaron Rodgers, because I know Garrett was clowning Olave's ass. Aaron Rodgers and you get Derek Carr, bitch. Fucking suck it. I get Aaron Rodgers. If I was Garrett Wilson right now, I don't know if there's a more excited man on the planet than hearing that news than Garrett Wilson. If I was Garrett Wilson right now, I am on cloud 9.
Is there something above cloud 9? Because that's where he is.
No, that's where Garrett is right now. I'm so happy for Garrett. This is the greatest thing to happen to his career. I mean, he went his best quarterback last year in terms of just, obviously Zach Wilson sucked. God damn it. Mitch White, he was the star for most season, but Joe Flacco actually targeted him like 14 times when he started with Garrett. Okay. So Joe Flacco so far has been the greatest benefactor towards Garrett's career.
I think Mike White was.
Let that sink in.
Joseph
Flacco. I mean, yes, but it's just in those 2 games, Joe Flacco, I swear. I mean, if Garrett doesn't have those 2 games.
Okay, hold on. I'm taking a timeout. I'm taking a timeout. If you were forced to pick either Taylor Heineke or Mike White to be your starting quarterback, who would you choose?
Same money, same everything.
Same everything. Pick Taylor Heineke or Mike White.
I'm going to be honest. This is the Michael Pratt Hart X Factor. Heineke's just a dog, and the boys play with him. I'm going Heineke. I'm going with the pure heart factor, the team locker room factor. I'm going Heineke.
They both are kind of got that factor though.
I'm also assuming a 1-year deal. I mean, Mitch White's younger, and I mean,
Mitch? You mean Mike?
Mike White. Holy shit!
Don't disrespect him like that.
I just think of below average quarterbacks, and I just think of Mitch Trubisky and shit. Sorry, they just all roll off the tongue. But
damn.
Sorry, that was kind of a stray to Mitch. But I mean, you hate the Bears the most. So if anything,
I don't hate Mitch though. I don't hate Mitch though.
That's what Mitchell, you call him by his true name.
Mitchell. Mitchell. Yeah, no, funny story. couple years ago, Grant and
Make
I
this
were
quick.
couple years ago. Couple years ago,
this isn't interesting, but go fast.
Couple years ago, Grant and I were playing our fantasy Madden league, and I drafted Mitch Trubisky because I didn't have a quarterback. It was like the 20th round.
I'm not going to highlight the quarterback that I had in that franchise league, but let's just say that he's one of CJ Stroud's role models. We'll just leave it at that.
But yeah, so whenever Grant and I would be playing, and we'd be talking every time that Trubisky would make a bad throw, I would be, God damn it, Mitchell. Oh, Mitchell's running to the left. Mitchell's running to the right.
Everett saying Mitchell and being like, Jesus, Mitchell. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, it's all right, man. And this isn't like Madden 17. So, like, you could kind of cheese as offense. And so Mitch was really cheesy in that game. He had like 90 speed. So I don't even know why there were even problems in the first place.
The overthrows.
But now we're last thing. Sauce tweeted out, and this pretty much just confirms Aaron is coming, by the way. So you have Everett, you can officially pop champagne bottles right now. The boogeyman.
And I'll explain a secondary thing too after you finish this.
Wait, actually, I also, after this, I want to hear, give me your number one worst Aaron Rodgers story. The most terrifying thing he's ever done to you in your fucking life as a Vikings fan.
Okay.
I want to know.
Okay.
I want to know.
Right.
But Sauce tweeted out, quote, at Aaron Rodgers 12, I promise if you become a Jet, I won't pick you off in practice and I'll burn the cheesehead. So this confirms Aaron is coming. Sauce said he won't pick him off in practice and hurt Aaron's feelings. So that's out of the picture. So Aaron, your feelings will not get hurt in New York. And he'll burn the cheesehead, which is actually a positive because Aaron hates the Packers. So Aaron will burn the cheesehead with you, Sauce. So Aaron is a Jet. He's a Jet. Everett, you have nothing to worry about.
The only other thing that I just want to...
And neither do I, because he is not a Raider. Now cut the tape to the montage of Aaron Rodgers throwing to Devontae in a Raiders uniform.
You know the meme that's just like the Vietnam flashback with the dog, and like they use it for Matt Ryan all the time, the helicopters and all that stuff. It's just that overlaid, just like deafness, like the white noise deafness playing with Aaron Rodgers just throwing stuff up to Devontae Adams left and right. Jordy Nelson here.
If that happens tomorrow, Everett, I promise you, Wednesday night when I go to sleep, nightmares. Okay, nightmares. I'll be playing corner and Devontae will be bossing me over and over and over.
No, the other thing that I just had left to say was last time a Packers generational great went to the Jets, ended up on the Vikings.
History. Oh, I actually have one last thing to say about this.
So, assuming this goes the way I think it will,
literally do it. It's Brett.
Aaron Rodgers. I'm happy to announce you being the Vikings quarterback after next season. It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Just Everett, think about that.
Aaron Rodgers to Justin Jefferson
with the Vikings.
Oh my God!
Forget Justin Jefferson. Aaron Rodgers wins Super Bowl with the Vikings.
I actually don't know.
Let's conjure it. Okay, guys.
Group energy.
Trust tree. Everybody in the trust tree.
Bring it in.
Everybody get in.
Bring it in. Hey,
Aaron Rodgers will be a Minnesota Viking in 2025. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Lock it in.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. Let's get into Ohio State.
It's the 24-25 season, but let's go. Last thing I said, Joe Namath said Aaron is allowed to take his 12. So yeah, that's the final nail in the coffin. He go. Okay.
Right.
Real quick Ohio State thing. So the Big Ten, obviously USC and UCLA joined the Big Ten. There's rumors that Oregon and Washington are also trying to get into, which is not going to happen with this TV deal. Ohio State ain't giving up more fucking revenue, you dumbasses. But USC, Penn State, and Michigan are Ohio State's protected rivals. Now, to all my Ohio State fans out there, yes, I understand. I'm also pissed off from a pure fan team perspective that Ohio State has to play the second through fourth best teams in our conference every year, no matter what. However, as a selfish Ohio State fan who has lived in LA his whole life and goes to USC, I am so happy, Everett. I am literally, this is the greatest news I've ever heard in my life. I'm not exaggerating. The greatest news I have ever heard in my life, that USC and Ohio State are protected rivals. Everett, do you know what that means for me?
You get to see them play.
I'm guaranteed to watch my favorite team in the fucking universe play every other year. Everett, I'm excited to watch my team play once every, what is that, 730 days or whatever the fuck? I'm excited for that. That's the greatest news I've ever heard in my life, Everett. Let that sink in. So let that sink in, everybody. Sign me up. Also, guys, we're gonna fucking whoop USC's ass every year, okay? It's not like it's a scary game, okay? Imagine USC coming to Ohio State in November.
Cue the game when they lose in 2
I know.
years.
I'm setting myself. I'm being smart about this, okay? Like, I'm setting up so many clips right now.
I'm going to clip this. We're going to put it on Twitter, and we're going to tag Old Take Exposed.
Just also clip that last part. Just save it in your folder for one day. Okay.
So I don't know if like, can people clip
like
this?
Half a megabyte.
Can you guys clip this for us and send it to us?
Do that.
That's your work. That's not ours. Our unnamed intern's still in the janitor's closet doing all this combine stuff.
Yeah, and we're not letting him out anytime soon. So we won't get any help soon. So
I thought you were supposed to give him the key.
We're gonna give him the key?
I thought that's what we talked about after.
I'm not saving him. He doesn't deserve it. But if you do it, I'm gonna lock you in there too. So I wouldn't do that.
All right. So if you guys do not hear from me in the next,
nothing happened. The show goes on. But yeah. Okay. That was the breakdown though. Another interesting thing though, like Michigan's protected rivals, pretty sure it was Ohio State. I think it was Penn State, and then UCLA.
Oh, okay.
So Michigan's got the UCLA.
So I think that means that
like Ohio State has to play the next
low key. I think that makes it seem like the Big Ten thinks Ohio State is the better team. Just saying, because they gave them a harder schedule.
No, it's not that ever. It's Ohio State pulls in the most revenue out of any team, and Ohio State USC is about to pull in so many numbies. Ohio State Michigan does the most numbies every single fucking year. Ohio State Penn State recently has done so well. Those games have been so good. I'll be honest. Like, we're like 7-1 against Penn State in the last 8, but they're the most fucking heart beating out of your chest games every year. Okay. For anyone out there, if you want to see a fucking football game highlight, look up 2017 Ohio State Penn State. Shout my boy JT Barrett hitting fucking shoddy slime in the corner for the touchdown. But Ohio State's the cash cow. Got to give them on the big games. The Big Ten now has the largest media deal, $7 billion deal, a lot of money. So
makes sense.
You're going to need big games. If you're going to pay $7 billion, you better put Ohio State with USC, Penn State, and Michigan every year. Okay. I have one NFL draft comment, but if you have an NFL draft comment or anything you want to say about draft,
let's save
college
it.
To NFL. I thought this was a good transition to go college to the rest of the NFL.
Okay, it is. All right, we can talk a little bit of the combine. Too. Why don't you give your point?
So, I just want to hear your opinion on this, Everett. From Pete Prisco, how do you guys know who he is? If Will Levis went to Alabama or Ohio State, it'd be a slam dunk as the top pick in the draft. Everett, do you think that if Will Levis went to Alabama or Ohio State, he'd be the runaway number 1 pick?
Yeah, I want what he's smoking. You know,
keep going. Let me hear you out.
Absolutely the fuck not. Opinions. Absolutely the fuck not. I hear a complaint every single year about how Ohio State does not develop quarterback talents. You talk about every quarterback that Ohio State's ever seen. Everybody's like, no, like they're just not going to be good because they went to Ohio State.
Had an NFL quarterback. It's true. But
Justin Fields still in development. We don't know how that's going to go. So we'll see if
keep in mind he's on the worst fucking franchise in the history of Earth at developing quarterbacks. They've never had a 4,000-yard passer in franchise history.
So not looking great. But absolutely not for Ohio State. That makes zero sense. I don't like. Maybe if you're talking about like maybe a running back, maybe a wide receiver, maybe.
Yes, the Ohio State else, angle, if anything,
a defensive
end goes down if you go to Ohio State.
Yeah. So yeah. Now for Bama, I don't know who was the last great Bama quarterback that we talked about. That people were talking about. AJ McCarron. Was it AJ McCarron?
Joe Namath is the greatest quarterback in Alabama history.
No, he is. But the last quarterback to be talked about, touted as a draft talent, I'm pretty sure was AJ McCarron. Actually, Mac Jones. Mac Jones went to Alabama, but
Tua and Mac. But that's recent. I'm with you though.
That also kind of proves
Mac are in the league. And actually, according to Alabama fans, Jalen Hurts. They just had a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. But I mean, look at Tua.
Actually, I'm not against that though.
Look at Tua and Mac Jones though. Like Tua, obviously riddled with injuries, but his offense that like's been developed around him, basically any quarterback can play in that. Okay. Look at Mac Jones.
Yeah, it's Tyreek and fucking Waddle. Yes. Anyone.
Look at Mac Jones. Basically a crybaby on the field.
Actually, let me take back the Tua. Not everyone can play in there to its fullest extent. Because Tua's in there, that offense doesn't operate at its fullest extent. If they had a big arm quarterback there, would. Ooh, that's gonna piss off Miami fans. Ooh, sorry, but it's the truth. Sorry.
But look at obviously Alabama's had first round quarterbacks go off the board. Tua, you talk about Mac Jones, right?
I'll count Jalen Hurts.
Will Levis would probably go in the first round, but I don't think that he'd be the number one overall pick for going to Bama. That makes zero sense.
I also just feel like when you go to a top school like that, well, Bama and Ohio State specifically. Well, Ohio State, I mean, yes, you get knocked for being an Ohio State quarterback.
Would Will Levis be more like notable? Would people know his name more? Yeah, they'd know his name better, but that doesn't.
I think he'd have more public pressure on him, and every time he fucks up, which is a lot, there'd be a lot more notice on it. But Everett, this is what I gotta say. No, Will Levis would not be the slam dunk pick if he went number one. If he went to Alabama or Ohio State. If Will Levis went to Bama or Ohio State, Everett, he would have gotten beaten out by Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, and he would have transferred away. Wait a second. Wait, Everett, are you telling me that happened in his career and he lost a quarterback battle at the elite quarterback factory powerhouse Penn State and lost a quarterback battle to Sean Clifford and transferred and left? Wait, did that happen?
Wait, what?
Wait, Will Levis got beat out by Sean Clifford? Oh, Sean Clifford's projected to go number one in the draft. Wait, Sean Clifford's not projected to be drafted, is he? Huh, what does that say about Will? What does that say about Mayonnaise Coffee Boy? Huh. Hey, he throws 59 miles an hour, though.
So does every other quarterback in this draft, apparently.
I think Malik Willis was the guy who threw really hard last year. Look how that panned out.
Fourth round pick. Fourth round pick. Willis? You saw his first game action ever, by the way.
I know.
Yeah. How was that?
Tannehill got hurt quickly.
How was that?
Well, he handed the ball off 3 times.
Okay.
Tannehill literally got popped in with fucking Toradol. What is it called? The drug? Toradol got popped up with Toradol, came back in literally the 2 drives after he got hurt. I'm like, he's on a lot of painkillers.
He's on the Aaron Rodgers prescription.
I also, real quick, while we're on the talk of drugs, I saw a quick little clip of Arian Foster talking about Toradol, and he's literally said, yeah, his 2010 year, look it up. That's the year where he broke a lot of records. I think he was like the most recent undrafted running back to put over like 1,700 yards or something. He said he broke his collarbone in week 3, played through it with Toradol.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right.
What the fuck?
Of course.
What?
Of course. Yeah, just normal.
In his record-breaking season too.
Yeah, just normal. Normal things.
Yeah, so that was drug talk with Grant. Please clip that. Gift that, guys. Gift that. Don't
Gift
have
that.
audio in it. Gift that.
Just gift that.
That's all I had on the draft, though. Just keep in mind, guys. Will Levis lost a quarterback battle to the highly touted Sean Clifford.
Sean Clifford. All right. I'm.
Did you know that, by the way?
I had heard of it. I forgot that it was a thing, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So Grant and I have developed our inaugural prospect rankings. Okay. This is for the running back room. And yes, we might be a little
team rankings. Team Waterboy rankings. Okay. I was involved in this process.
We might be a little bit biased. I'm 100% biased. Just standing there for the record.
No. Okay. Everett, that's not true. We're not biased. We have no biases at all.
No
if
biases.
You look at our Waterboy award list, it's not like we like put players from a certain team more often than other. We did not do any type of bias or anything. No. So whatever just said was false. He's, I appreciate you. The PR team appreciates you. Thank you. But,
just covering bases.
I got to be honest, guys. I'll be the voice of reason.
Okay. So we have our top 10 list for running back prospect rankings for the 2023 NFL draft. This is the inaugural Waterboy draft ranking.
Positional rankings.
Waterboy draft position rankings RB edition. All right. Here we go. And this is an order of 1 to 10. Okay. Bijan Robinson, Tyjae Spears, Jahmyr Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet, Devon Achane, Dwayne McBride, Tank Bigsby, Chase Brown, Zach Evans, Kendre Miller.
All right, I'm really happy you're editing this because you took a lot of pauses in between the players.
So it is really Achane, right? It is Devon. It is Devon Achane.
I think it's a Chan.
Chan. Okay. So here we do it. Bijan Robinson, Tyjae Spears, Jahmyr Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet. God damn it. Zach Charbonnet. Zach Charbonnet. Bijan Robinson, Tyjae Spears, Jahmyr Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet, Devon Achane, Dwayne McBride, Tank Bigsby, Chase Brown, Zach Evans, Kendre Miller. There's the inaugural Waterboy prospect. First try, dude. I'm so surprised at that.
No, literally.
I'm so surprised at that. First try. I know.
I'll let you cut out the previous ones. It'd be really funny if you didn't, though.
I'm not going to. I don't have time. We threw Tyjae at 2. I'm gonna be honest.
Based on stupid NFL scouts, he's probably not going to be the second.
I am going to be.
I'm really happy. I'm really happy for the team that gets him in round 3 because you're getting a fucking stud.
I do legitimately think. For
his value, best pick in the draft this year.
I do legitimately think that Tyjae is the second best running back in this draft. Obviously, did great in the Senior Bowl. Did great at the Combine.
I think he's the best running back in this draft. I don't think he will be one of the first 2 running backs selected.
Though. No. Obviously, I don't think that this is going to be the order in which any of them are selected. This is just my position rankings. If I'm a GM, this is what I'm valuing these players, and people are going to be like, "Well, this is why you're not a GM." Well, guess what, buddy? You're in the same boat as me. This is why you're not on TikTok. This is why you're not on YouTube. All right,
this is why you're a commenter, bitch.
This is why you're commenting. All right,
that's why you're hiding behind like a profile picture of your favorite fucking quarterback, probably a Bills Josh Allen fan, by the way, commenting, and they're just likely. Like, "Oh, never make a list again with 4 fire emojis." Like,
and the talk emoji.
Get off TikTok. Do something.
Do something. All right.
We're getting numbies.
We're working. We're working. Jelly. All right. This is our business. All right.
Jelly of the fucking.
I have. If you are new, obviously we have new listeners, new watchers. I am associated with Tulane football. I've had the pleasure of getting to work with Tyjae over the last 2 years. So that is why I said I have a predisposition.
Everett's actually the offensive coordinator for Tulane.
I am.
He's really humble about it. He calls plays, guys. So.
I do call plays. Yeah. I am the whisperer, as they call me. Yeah. But I've gotten to see like none of this stuff that he's been doing surprises me. I know it surprised a lot of people, and he's gotten a lot of credibility for it. But I've seen him do all of this stuff for years now, and I know that he's only going to get better. So I'm very excited for people to take more recognition of him. And on top of that, like I legitimately do think that everything that people are talking about Bijan Robinson doing that makes him the best running back in this draft class, the stuff that they were talking about him in the combine doing, his footwork, his just smoothness, his catching ability, his explosiveness, Tyjae does all of that. He replicates it all the same way. And Bijan Robinson, you don't see Bijan doing the same shit that Tyjae's been doing, juking the shit out of people, getting underneath people.
I'll make a slight. I think one thing that Bijan has that really, now keep in mind,
Bijan is our
best running back in this class.
Well, Bijan is our number one prospect, to be fair. So this is probably why he's above Tyjae. Let's clarify.
So the thing about Bijan, 6'2", 224, 4'6". So he proved he backed it up. Okay. So like, if the tape wasn't enough, and also just keep in mind his freshman year. Now I know it's 2020 COVID year, but 705 yards on 87 carries.
That's why he's our number one prospect. But
what the fuck? What?
But look. Obviously, Bijan. If Bijan wasn't our number one prospect, you can like never listen to us again. Obviously, because we'd be fucking stupid.
Click off the pod. That's fine.
That's fine. I understand it. But I do legitimately think that Tyjae is a better running back than all of these other running backs below him that we listed, that people have going in the second round, third round. I think that Tyjae is going to be still in the third round. He's going to be a starter for whatever team takes him. Doesn't matter who's there right now. He will eventually be the starter, or he will be the starter by the end of the year.
1-2 punch with anyone. I don't care who it is. He can go. I want him on the Chargers. If
you are arguing
maybe the Jets, he'd be with Breece Hall, and Breece Hall will probably get hurt again, so he'll take.
If you're arguing,
sorry, that was me.
If you're gonna argue anything against Tyjae, that's one of these other prospects might have on him, that's not gonna be weight or height related, because honestly, when it comes to running backs right now, who the fuck gives a shit? Because clearly it does not matter. Put on anything related to skill, anything related to
I also
ability.
Feel like
Tyjae will beat them.
I do feel like a bit smaller, let's say shiftier players, if you will, but I'm not talking Deuce Vaughn small, but I'm talking like not a 6'2", 220, but a 5'11", 200-pound guy like Tyjae Spears. That kind of fits the NFL mold right now. Like quick, shifty, like
yeah. I mean, look.
You gotta be involved in the pass game. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Look, if you need enough,
can really excel.
If you need enough, if you've already looked at last year's stats, if you've looked at the year before stats, even when we were 2-10, he was still doing great. Just go watch like the last 4 or 5 games down the stretch for our season this past year. That's all you're gonna need to see. That's all.
Yeah, he can carry. He can carry the bulk load.
23 all-purpose touchdowns this year. 23.
And going even more in his favor, in 2021, he only had 150 touches. 2022, 250 touches. He's good. The body's fresh, okay? He will not be ran into the dirt after week fucking 3, okay? Like,
that's my work.
Let's pray he doesn't go to the Ravens. If he goes to the Ravens, Everett, I hate to say it, he's tearing his ACL.
Oh,
that's for when I do a please don't draft list. I will
do that. Can you do that? Can you mark that down right now, please? Because actually, like
I don't want that to happen. Like,
yeah,
we went over this.
I need you to mark it down.
He's my favorite prospect career-wise. I'm the most interested in where his career goes. I'm more interested in him than JSN, even though It's a little JSN's a little special for me because he's my age. He was like the first time where Ohio State recruits were my age. And I was like, this is kind of weird. I'm now after JSN's class, I'm now older than all the kids. I'm looking at their highlight tapes, Everett. It's really fucking weird. It's really weird, Everett. Like for you, fortunately for you, Everett, it's not going to be till you're like 28, really, where you're like, ooh, oh yeah, I'm watching like, because at that time
Kids
I'm guessing the Vikings will have like a 23-year-old quarterback, and you'll be like, this kind of weird. Like this guy's 5 years younger than me, but I'm going through that now, so it's strange. So JSN, I like that class, his entire class, him, like G. Scott, Fleming, all of them. It's weird for me.
There will be guys going in this year, next year that are our grade.
Yeah,
weird feeling.
This year,
it's some of them. Oh, that's right. CJ is our grade.
It's this draft. It's
next year too. Next year too. To be fair.
Well, next year is gonna be the first time where there could be players younger than us, but there will still be players older than us in the next draft.
Yes, so, at least there's that. At least there's that.
Yeah, I mean, it won't fully kick in for like 4 years.
But yeah, if oh
my god, they're all younger than us.
If an NFL GM is smart enough to watch this podcast, because I guarantee you, people do not think the way that we think. This is Waterboy analytics right here. You will be making the best pick of your career, of your life, if you pick Tyjae Spears. I don't care what fucking round it is. Could be the first round, second round, third round. He is going to make your career. So bet on it. Remember, have you seen the Draft Day? Have you seen the movie Draft Day?
Please don't yell at me. I don't watch movies. No.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna be honest. I've really wanted to watch it, but like, it's behind a paywall for like any time. It's not on like Netflix or anything. You know, like I really want to watch it because I listen to Arian Foster's podcast, and I know he's in it.
There's just the big thing in the movie is there's the number one they have the number one overall pick. There's this edge. The Browns. Yeah, there's this edge. His name's Vontae Mack that the new GM's dad really, really loved, and the GM's dad used to be the head coach, and that's the dude that he wanted him to draft. Except he's dead. He died. So there's a sticky note that he writes on the beginning of the movie that says Vontae Mack, no matter what happens, Vontae Mack, have to have him, right?
If he's a football coach and your son's the GM, he's got to listen to Pops.
So the GM has it written on a piece of paper. Vontae Mack, no matter what, folds it up, drafts him first overall, surprises everybody.
Oh wait, real quick, I kind of want to watch this movie. Don't spoil the ending. Okay.
But surprising everybody. Tyjae Spears, no matter what, draft him.
There we go.
No matter what.
There we go. Don't spoil that ending for me. Even though I'm pretty sure I low-key kind of heard Arian Foster talk about the ending, but I don't remember. But yeah, Tyjae, please, Ravens, Baltimore, do not. Tyjae Spears is not a good player, Baltimore. Don't take him. You don't want
everybody else.
Everybody
bet
else,
on him.
He's going to save your career. Okay, it's going to change the tide of your franchise around. He can, even if the Giants took him, do you have a 1-2 punch with Saquon? Well, you won't re-sign Saquon, so this is your RB1 for the future. Giants, look at him.
Take him. To do it, take him.
Look at him, New York. Look at him.
Okay, all right. Let's transition. Speaking of Giants, Danny Dimes contract.
Daniel Dimes, 4 years, $160 million, and Saquon Barkley franchise tag shortly afterwards.
All I want to say is I think that
was not in the wish list.
That was the wish
under
list.
40 a year.
Well, no, I said under 45.
I still think 40 is a lot of money. But
no, it is. But I did say under 45 million. I think I said less than 40, but
I'm not sure.
I still got it right. So everybody that's being like, hey, shut the fuck up. Like, don't ever make a wish list again. Well, guess what? Guess what your GM's doing? Guess who your GM's watching?
The Waterboy podcast.
Baby.
What you gonna do about it, huh?
We're your GM's GM, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, I how funny would it be? I can low-key see Ryan Poles, the fucking Bears GM, just scrolling TikTok like these Waterboy kids might have something.
That might be onto something. Oh, it might be onto something.
I could see fucking Tom Telesco doing that too. That fucking.
I want an email. I want an email after this asking Grant and I to both work for whatever team's watching those TikToks. Email us, contact us. We got you.
I'll only accept certain teams, but yeah.
Grant, if the Chiefs email us, Grant will accept and then implode your entire franchise. So
no, I won't do that. No. I'll be the
all.
best analyst in
you'll ever have
history. I'm going to convince Patrick Mahomes that he can make way more money investing in offshore oil businesses than this NFL thing. I'm going to get him out of the league. Okay. That's my goal. Patrick Mahomes, you're the fucking boogeyman. Okay. I'm done with your bullshit. All right. This isn't fucking fun. It's not funny anymore. You have 2 rings. How old is he? I don't think he's 27 yet, Everett.
Like 26.
If I Google his age right now, and I swear to God, Everett, if it says 26, I think we're ending the podcast right now. Oh, thank fuck, it's 27. Holy shit, that home. Okay.
Daniel Dimes
27, and it happened the year after they got Tyreek.
Daniel Dimes, 40 mil a year.
If that knows shit. That you see that? Oh my god. Wow.
Daniel Dimes, 40 mil a year. 40 mil a year. He's making more than Patrick Mahomes made last year. Patrick Mahomes made 35. Sure he can
make up to 48 million next year with all of his bonuses and everything.
I tweeted this out. Mark my words, gone in 2 years. He's gone in 2 years.
Is there something with the bonuses where in year 3 they can cut him?
I think they technically have dead cap in 2025.
Or are you saying that taking on the $20 million cap hit is still worth it to get rid of Daniel Dimes?
I think that that in 2 years it's not going to matter. They're just going to find a way to get rid of him.
I think it's nuts. Going into this season, Everett, we all know what we thought of Daniel Dimes.
Yep.
I think if anything, last year just showed the value of Brian Daboll. But I think it's time to talk about Lamar.
Hold on. All I'm going to say, the Minnesota Vikings defense and Ed Donatel deserve like 5% of Daniel Jones's contract because the performance in the playoffs that got him the contract.
Yeah,
we deserve 5% of that. That should go to our cap.
That was the leverage. Did you see what he did against the stout Ed Donatel defense?
He just didn't know that we were 31st in the NFL. They redacted that bit.
That was not presented in the argument. They did not bring that up.
Their GM
playoff win.
The Giants GM right now. Win. The Giant GM right now is shaking his fist at the notion that he now is finding out that the Vikings had the 31st defense in the NFL last year.
Yeah. But let's just say Daniel Dimes, his agent, we were talking about how Derek Carr's agent should go in the Hall of Fame. And to pull off a 4-year, $150 million, like at the age of 31.
We do not
go through. I'm gonna let
we do not pay the Los Angeles Fire Department. I can't hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, the sirens are going off right now. It's really loud. There might be 3 fucking ambulams outside. But Derek Carr's agent, we're talking about how legendary that move was. I think it's more impressive.
Yes.
I think it's more impressive to get Daniel Jones this contract because Derek Carr's made Pro Bowls. Okay. I know he had a bad year last year, but he had good years before that. Daniel Dimes had awful years, and then he had a good year. So when we're talking, does the only thing that matter is last year, or does the last 2-3 years go into this? So that's my question. Well, if you ask the Giants, the only thing that matters is last year. If you ask the Saints, the last 3 years matter. So I guess it's a little different depending on the team. But Daniel Jones's agent, you, sir, Hall of Fame. You deserve your spot in Canton. You deserve a bust. You deserve a statue. That's all you, because you earned it. Getting Daniel Jones $160 million.
That's so much money. That is the agent Hall of Fame right there. Him and Kirk
figures
Cousins.
for
Him and
Daniel
Kirk
Jones.
Cousins. Him and Kirk Cousins' agent. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into Lamar Jackson.
In other news, the other quarterback that should have, or the quarterback that has done stuff on the field that could warrant this contract. But Lamar Jackson has been non-exclusive franchise tagged, meaning he's allowed to explore other options in free agency. But in order for other teams to take Lamar Jackson, first, the Ravens have an option to match that contract. And if the Ravens match, he's a Raven. If the Ravens don't match, then that team has to trade 2 first-round draft picks to the Ravens to get Lamar Jackson. I don't know the fucking clause. I don't know the rule about this. This seems like it's a little bullshit, and they just made this up to protect Baltimore. Not going to lie. I've never heard of non-exclusive franchise tag. If you sign him, you give up 2 firsts. I've never heard of that in my life. However, it's happening, okay? So Lamar Jackson's allowed to explore in free agency as other teams. The weird thing is, as of, it's 7:20. I haven't been on the internet in the last hour and a half. But as of 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, March 7th, Tuesday, when I last checked, there were not a lot of teams reaching out to Lamar Jackson's camp.
I am looking. You continue.
And finding out his availability. According to my knowledge, unless something drastic changed in the last 80 minutes, I have not been notified of any specific team reaching out publicly to Lamar.
Yeah, nothing so far.
I'm not sure that this is a lot to take on to get Lamar. Now, also, Lamar wants a really long-term deal. So that's also in place. So for all of this stuff to happen, remember, first, for a team to go out and want to sign Lamar, Lamar has to accept that, okay? So if Lamar isn't getting the money that he thinks he deserves, he's not going to accept it, and he'll play on the franchise tag. So you're going to have to give him 40, 45 a year. Well, based on Daniel Dimes, you're going to have to give him 45 a year or more. So you're not giving him 40 a year. Daniel Dimes just got that. So Lamar's getting more than that. So you have to pay 45 or more. This is my one spot, the one team where I'm looking it through everything wise, pick wise, with the 2-pick trade, salary cap wise, being able to afford a $45 million contract, and then also just football wise. Lamar Jackson is going to be a Detroit Lion. To pull this off, Lions got to give up those 2 first-rounders, and they have 2 first-rounders in this draft, and they still have all their future first-round draft picks, so they have the ammo to pull it off. Salary cap-wise, cutting Jared Goff after June 1st will free up $20 million in cap room. And as of March 7th, the Lions have $22 million in cap room. So cutting Jared Goff would give them $42 million in cap room, in the range to sign Lamar Jackson. But forget the logistics and all that boring stuff. Let's just talk ball. Imagine Dan Campbell and Lamar Jackson, a run game, a power run game, a power AFC North run game with both of those two. That's a match made in heaven. Sign me up to watch that, Lamar Jackson. You are a Detroit Lion.
I hope not. Actually, you know what? Bring it on, because they will not have any money to sign anybody else the entire offseason.
Well, Everett, as you know more than any person, they can just restructure 4 players and free up some cap space, and they can get more guys.
Fair point.
You know,
fair point. Fair point. Fair point. Interesting. I don't think that anybody is actually going to. I think that Lamar Jackson is going to be a Raven. I think that is a little OP. Obviously,
I think the Ravens have so much bargaining power right now. I don't know. I swear, this 2 first-round trade shit is made up. What the hell is that clause? What? Okay, like you get 2 firsts? That's absurd. No?
Yeah.
Like he's technically should be a free agent. No? How the fuck you get 2 firsts out of this? Like what?
I wouldn't be able to tell you, man.
Why? I want examples of this in the past, because fuck, maybe not the Patriots, but shit, the Patriots when Brady was leaving. Well, that wouldn't have worked because he just fucking hates the Patriots. But if this happens and you have a big name guy up for contract, why would you not just non-exclusive tag? And if he leaves, you get 2 free first-round picks.
I don't know. That's a question I'm asking myself now.
Like, I feel like the non-exclusive tag should be used a little more often by teams because you could get 2 first-round picks. Like, you might lose the player, yes. I'll lose
2 first-round picks is
There's
pretty
a lot of
good.
Players I'll lose. Maybe not Lamar, but I'll lose a lot of players.
It is interesting because they're basically saying now, though, that Lamar to them is they are willing to trade Lamar for 2 first-round picks. That's essentially what they're saying.
Yeah, and they're not budging into giving him that contract.
Which in comparison, but also, just by the way,
how is he only getting 32
for two first-round picks?
More
for 2 first-round picks, comparison to what other teams have traded to get other players, notably Deshaun Watson last year. What we see happen for just first-round picks in general to trade up, 2 first-round picks is not that much for Lamar Jackson for an MVP quarterback.
Yeah, so Deshaun Watson's trade was 3 first-rounders.
My point.
I do think, though, they picked up his contract, so that might have also been influencing it.
Well, they paid him $230 million.
No, never mind. I was wrong. No. That's not true. Yeah, no, Lamar's getting screwed.
Two last things here. So I need to find it. Okay. So I told you, this is going back a little bit. I told you that I had a nice little stat here comparing Anthony Richardson to a quarterback from, I believe, 2 years ago, draft 2 years ago, maybe 3. Okay. Are you familiar with Tyjae Jackson?
Tyjae Jackson. I've heard that name.
Okay. Well, Tyjae Jackson, 6'7", 250-pound quarterback who ran a 4.59 40-yard dash. 4.59 40-yard dash, 1.6 10-yard split, 34.5-inch vert, 10-foot broad jump. That's all we need to know. Okay, 6'7", running a 4.59. Okay, intangibles 3. Arm length is 34 inches and a quarter. Hand length 10 and a quarter inches. Weight's 250. Anthony Richardson, 3 inches shorter, has hands that are smaller, arms that are shorter by 2 inches, hands that are a little bit bigger, barely lighter. Okay. Anthony Richardson's stats: 4.43 40-yard dash, 1.53 seconds, 10-yard split, a 40.5 vert, and a 10-foot 9-inch broad jump. Looking at all these stats, a lot of numbers. I know. A lot
of things to remember.
A lot of things to remember. But here's the premise of it. You have a quarterback in Tyjae Jackson who's 6'7", basically all of the same intangible numbers as Anthony Richardson. He's just 3 inches taller, 6'7" quarterback. Everybody loves a tall quarterback. This tall quarterback,
not quite the same intangibles. I think there's a noticeable difference between 4.59, like 4.44, whatever the fuck.
But with an extra 3 inches, I mean, a 4.6 and a 4.45, I'd say is
6. When was the last really tall quarterback I can remember?
Nate Sudfeld.
Osweiler.
Nate Sudfeld, 6'7".
Is Sudfeld that?
Yes.
Is he 6'7"?
He's like 6'6", 6'7".
Why does he look like a little bitch when he's playing?
Okay, but here's really what I want to say. All right, his production score, his athleticism at the combine. Tyjae Jackson's athleticism score was a 93. That's for second in that combine. Anthony Richardson, obviously 99, first in this combine. Okay, looking at the production over their entire careers in college, Anthony Richardson, 3,000 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 15 picks, and a rating of 133. Tyjae Jackson, Tyjae Jackson had better numbers, has basically the same athleticism stat as Anthony Richardson. he's not playing in the NFL anymore. So just a note to everybody. I know athleticism and tangibles are a great thing, but and obviously they're not the same quarterback.
It's just
but
nuts that Anthony Richardson put up a 54% completion percentage last year, and people are acting like he should go number one.
So
God, this is a 5th round pick. This is a fucking 5th round draft pick. I don't give a fuck if you run a 4.44. What?
Okay.
54% completion. Dude, the way the NFL works now, everybody averages 68% completion. That's like the fucking average. The standard is 66%. Like, what are we talking about? You literally need a miracle for him to become Josh Allen. You need a miracle to be Josh Allen. And I love Josh Allen, but I mean, what the fuck has he done for the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs?
Gotten them to the AFC Championship game multiple times after not going to the playoffs in 20 years.
But it's not Patrick Mahomes, though, and that's the standard everyone wants. Everyone thinks that they can just get the next Mahomes. This dude's not a first-round pick, okay? He might get there one day. It'll take Jesus, okay, Moses, okay? It'll take a lot of water, a lot of sunlight. You're gonna need a lot of rain to pour down and to really make this plant grow and blossom. It's gonna take time, okay? There's gonna be many offensive coordinators fired, fucking up his career when he's just not.
So as you guys can tell, Grant is not a big fan of Anthony Richardson.
It's just nuts to me.
He's gonna go top 10, but
I know. And I'm so sorry for that franchise. That GM, you're gone, buddy. Say goodbye to your job.
Well, what if that GM also drafts Tyjae Spears?
Not even Tyjae's enough to make up for this fucking pick if you take him top 10. Not even Tyjae's enough. And you know my thoughts on Tyjae.
I do. All right, we're going to end the episode here in a second. We're going to wrap up with the offseason wish list. Today we have the Texans and the Seahawks. We have how many teams left to complete? Let's see. We have
actually, just last thing. I think AR-15 will be NFL ready at the quarterback position in 5 years at minimum. 5 years. It'll take him 5 years to get ready for the NFL. 54% completion, Everett.
We have 6 teams.
If you guys think Justin Fields is a running back, wait till you say AR-15. Wait.
We have 6 teams left, and we are completed with the offseason wish lists. So 2 today. We'll end it next week. We'll see. Texans and Seahawks. Grant, which one would you like first?
Seahawks. Seahawks.
Okay. Seahawks offseason wish list. Resign Poona Ford and Cody Barton. Cut Shelby Harris and Quentin Jefferson. Restructure Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, and Tyler Lockett. Trade Will Dissly and sign Matt Skura, DeAndre Carter, Eric Kendricks, and Marcus Peters.
Marcus Peters could be kind of hilarious in Seattle.
Hilariously good or hilarious? It's just bad.
I just think the antics would be very funny. Because I kind of feel like ever since post Richard Sherman, Legion of Boom, Seattle's kind of calmed it down in terms of getting like loudmouth players. And I think adding Marcus Peters back would be very funny. I kind of want a loudmouth DB in Seattle. Just as a fan consumer of the NFL perspective. I think that'd be fun. But I mean, that guy Tariq Woolen's pretty fucking good at football. So yeah, he's corner one.
Corner CB1. Yeah. I also think CB1.
Yeah.
I also think that they're going to draft a quarterback or not corner CB this draft who might end up being the CB2. I don't think that Kobe Bryant, Russ the GOAT, is gonna be that guy.
Oh, I forgot the Cincinnati corner named Kobe. Okay, I was like, what the fuck, Cope? Okay, I get what you mean now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Seattle, I have my history with them, but let's hear Texans. They have a lot of cap room, no? Right?
They have a decent amount. Yeah, they have a decent amount. They actually, I mean, they have more than
Do
they
we
have like
also
40
know if
million.
Mechie will be playing next year?
I think he's still. It's up to whether or not his cancer's in remission. But we hope the best for him. Hope the best for him. All right. Texans offseason wish list. Trade Brandon Cooks. Cut AJ.
I forgot he also. Sorry. Oh, that was bad on me. I'm
God.
sorry, but
I don't. If I had,
Mechie also tore his ACL. Jesus, I forgot. Sorry.
One time, if I could have just one episode where I'm not just blatantly interrupted during the recording.
When it comes to off seasons, I think that is the first time I've really bad interrupted.
Oh no. That's bullshit.
We can go check the tapes.
Bullshit.
I don't not that bad. That was egregious. Like I had to pause myself after that was bad. There are other ones where you had just messed up. Then you try to start going again. I'm like, okay, let's get.
No. There's been like one was like
there.
It was like the Giants one. You interrupted me two players in. So I said trade for Brandon Cooks. You're like, yeah.
Well, I interrupted you on restructure Allen Robinson because that's the stupidest thing that.
No, it wasn't that one. This was
no, that was what that's when I fully paused.
This was. Yeah, no, I know that. But I'm just saying, you just randomly you were just talking to talk when I started to record the Giants one.
I want to cut this tape. I have no recollection of this happening, but hey,
this has happened several times.
That happened for the off-season post.
Yes,
no,
several times.
Randomly talking, yeah,
several times.
8 times an episode. We can go check.
Several times. Okay.
Mr. Cap.
All right.
To all of our clippers out there, please go. Go
back through these episodes.
Every single episode we've uploaded past 3 weeks, 5 weeks actually. Actually, we've been doing this for 6 weeks now. So watch every single episode we've uploaded over the last 6 weeks. Go to the part where we talk about the off seasons, clip them, and then report how many times or how little amount of times it happened, like 3
No,
times.
how
that
how
I
many
cut off
times?
Everett halfway or not even halfway. If I spoke while Everett started off saying restructure X player, if I spoke after Everett says restructure X, that counts. I will say it's happened 3 times. And that this one right now counts. And the one I just did was the most egregiously bad one. I had to pause myself. That was really fucking bad. Like I was going to say something that I could have been canceled for, but that was, not my brightest moment,
No, it was not. No, it was not. Okay. All right. Texans offseason wish list. Here we go. Trade Brandon Cooks. Cut AJ Cann and Christian Kirksey. Resign Obunya, Okoronkwo, Jonathan Owens, and Jordan Akins. And sign Kaiser White, Tremaine Edmonds, Devontae Fowler Jr., Mecole Hardman, Scotty Miller, Andrew Wiley.
You mean Dante Fowler Jr.? I'm sorry. Devontae Fowler Jr.? Who is that?
It is Dante Fowler Jr.
Who the fuck is Devontae Fowler Jr.? Okay. I get a pass for that.
You get a pass on that one. You get a pass on that one.
Fucking counts.
You get a pass on that.
Who the fuck is Devontae Fowler
It looks
Jr.?
like a V in my handwriting. It looks like a V. It is Dante. Sign Kaiser White, Tremaine Edmonds, Dante Fowler Jr., Mecole Hardman, Scotty Miller, Andrew Wiley, Matt Pryor, Ethan Pozick, and Julian Love.
So as the man who just edited a TikTok with Ethan Pozick, and which is spelled P-O-C-I-C.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that name? Let's just say when I was trying to Google Pozick. Obviously, the first thing I did, P-O-Z-I-K. I thought it was like a weird name where it wouldn't be a C-K, just a K. Nothing showed up. I then tried adding a C in. Obviously, that wouldn't have fucking fixed it. So then I just Googled different teams trying to find that guy's name, and I eventually got it. Yeah, let's just say that took way more work than necessary. I don't know how the fuck you get to Pozic out of POCIC.
I had to look it up. That's what it said. It's Pozic.
Yeah,
and also,
you had to go back in
no
server database with 80 million names in there. So I mean, yeah.
I also the Obunya Okoronkwo had to look that one up.
Yeah, I do think if we just time out how long it took you to say that name, it might have taken you 1.9 seconds to just say that full name. You went really slowly to make sure you got all the syllables.
I have to cut it perfectly.
I won't shout you out for that, but that was good.
Yeah. We're professional in this podcast.
Yeah, I think the Texans, it's a weird state where it's
I know people also are going to say, you know what, like, let's get a quarterback. Let's get Jimmy Garoppolo. I know Jimmy Garoppolo is talking to them right now. He's probably going to get signed by the time we post this. But
sure Jimmy will. Jimmy might.
I think
he might go to like Thailand with Cliff right now. Take a weekend.
Well, Cliff's back. Cliff's back.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he is back. He was interviewing for
He's interviewing?
Yeah, he interviewed for an offensive coordinator position.
If I was Cliff's agent, correction. If I was Cliff's agent, I'd say get back in the game. But if I was Cliff's best friend, I'd be like,
I say no, stay in Thailand,
here, bro.
Yeah, let's
what
chill,
are we
bro.
Doing?
I do think that like I said, I wouldn't draft a quarterback this draft. I would get a wide receiver, like maybe shore up the defense. Like that's what I said. Jalen Carter and Joey Porter Jr.
I think that go like double defense. So they have they have Tunzel. Do they got O-line set up?
No, that's why they're signing 3 offensive linemen.
Well, I'm not sure if that no. Let's stick double defense. Fuck the offense. Let's go.
I just think
2-15, guys.
You know what? If we're gonna get Caleb Williams, who the fuck else do I want starting at quarterback? Davis Mills. Give me Davis Mills. I'm going 2-11, 2-13, whatever it is. 2-14.
I still remember how much hate I got when I said that CJ Stroud's better than Davis Mills. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's a crazy take, but I guess it was.
I do think that they could sign, maybe Case Keenum comes back to Houston or something like that. They could draft a quarterback later in the draft that might compete. Maybe you get that.
Do you think Casey Keenum could start on an NFL team? I'm not sure if he's got that in him anymore.
Probably not. Maybe they get Jake Haener. I think that's his name. Fresno State guy.
Yeah, Haener.
So maybe they double down on Stanford quarterbacks and get Tanner McKee, and then they have Davis and Tanner McKee.
Yeah, well, that's ending the franchise. Yeah.
I think it's Jake Haener.
If that happens, D'Amico Ryans is out. But, yeah, I mean.
I mean, they could definitely get Jimmy Garoppolo. They could. I don't know what Jimmy Ward's. He's obviously a safety. I was thinking about him, too, instead of Julian Love. But I don't know if he likes D'Amico Ryans or not because the whole corner switch thing that was going on with him.
Yeah, position changing.
But we'll see. Obviously, they could get a quarterback.
He would get more as whatever.
This is operating under the assumption they're going to end up drafting a quarterback this draft and probably a receiver. I think that this is the assumption they go double offense.
Yeah, I think real quick before we go, Texans, if they were to just trade up one spot, do you think they have to give up the 12th pick? I was kind of thinking about this. I'm not sure if they'd have to give up the 12th because it's in relation to what other teams can get.
I'm not gonna lie. So, if I'm the Bears, I'm not accepting because if I'm the Texans, I am not giving up anything greater than a first and a third to move up one pick. That's my max. A first and a third.
If the Texans were to give up a first and a third, and you're the Bears, I would accept that.
I would not
move down one spot and get a third.
Oh, and then I just trade it. I trade again.
No, yeah, but
pick up a third round pick.
Why wouldn't you accept that?
You get a free throw. I just think that there's more.
You're not taking the quarterback anyway.
There's just more. But here's the thing: like if the Colts trade up from 4, you're gonna get another first round pick for that because they're leaping 2 teams that. Like Cardinals might trade back. You're leaping a team that's going to get a quarterback.
I'm saying like let's just say Texans.
But play the hypothetical, right? If you're the Bears though, if you take
the best offer,
you're going to take the 2. If you're trading down to
take it.
If you're trading down to 4 and you're getting another first out of it, I'm trading it down from 4 again. to go get more first round picks because I'm going to get first round picks for that. Like,
I'd also say, unfortunately, it's not like the craziest draft class. Like last year, it was like runaway. Like, oh my fucking god! Like,
defense is great this draft, though. I'll give it that. Defense, great defensive draft.
It's just like
great running back draft too.
Something I think about. Okay, when we just talk about the quantity of players at these positions and the amount of X factor players at the positions, I'm talking Jalen Carter, Will Anderson right now. I'm talking the difference between edges and interior defense linemen. There are a lot more good edges in the NFL than interior defensive linemen. And so, in my opinion, I think that drives value up of Jalen Carter because he could be like a Quinnen Williams. I'm not saying he is, but there are multiple edges in this draft, I think, that could one day become a Hassan Reddick, who kind of came out of nowhere and is now suddenly one of the top edges in the league. Like, I do think there are multiple edges that could get there, but other than Jalen Carter, I'm not sure how many other interior D linemen there are that could replicate that, if you get what I mean. It's more of like the lack of interior D lineman superstars in the NFL, in my opinion, makes Jalen Carter more valuable, even though when we think of top 1, 2, 3 draft picks, you think of quarterback and edges, you think like tackles. That's what you think about. So that's all I want to say. That's all I got.
With that, thank you guys so much for watching.
For a really long.
Listening. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify. You can find us on TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitter at Waterboy Pod. Our handles for ourselves are right down below. You can find us on Twitter there. Make sure to subscribe, like, favorite, and follow on every social media platform that you have and that we have. I want to see that engagement rise, and let's make it boom. Let's make the Waterboy podcast boom for Grant's birthday next week.
That was an inspiring rise. I want to see the fucking follower engagement go up fucking 10x. All right, none of this.
Let's make it happen for Grant's birthday next week. Grant's birthday is next week.
I'm gonna unfollow. No. Don't bring that negative energy to our fucking comment section. Okay, subscribe to the pod, like the pod, favorite the pod, share the pod, play it out loud. Bring your Beats pill on the airplane and just over the head like it's that Lonely Island music video with Julian Casablanca, if that's a really specific reference. For anyone who knows Boombox by Lonely Island, you know what I'm talking about. Be the boombox, eat the duck.
Waterboy's out.